All right, I am making another desk back there. I made this L panel for, I bought a L frame, standing desk frame that's like an L shape. This is gonna be the wing, the L part. Stained it, I burned it and stained it. I haven't sanded, or I'm sorry, I haven't sealed it yet. I'm gonna put a coat of poly on it. I have the other piece at home as a regular straight desk that I'm going to take off and then marry up to this to make the L from the 86-inch desk that I made last year, 2 years ago. So that's going to be converted to an L. This other desk, this is going to replace my straight desk, going from an 86-inch down to a 75-inch. The 86-inch top is going to become that L frame that I got back there. This, I messed up. I bought 6 pieces. I was going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces with this breadboard here, and then the 6th piece was going to be full length across the bottom. But I cut all 6, so I don't have a piece long enough now. These are 6 inches, so 5.5. So that's 11, 22, 27.5 inches. So I wanted to go one more. Got to do some wood filler here, I guess. So I'm going to burn this and stain it. But what I'm thinking of is putting on another piece on the front, a full 75-inch length piece. I got a couple pieces of driftwood back here that I found. I've got this 14-foot piece here. I'm not really sure what kind of condition it's in, but if I can find a good length or a good section of it that's not too terrible and cut it, it might look kind of cool. I don't know. You know, some of it's pretty beat up, so maybe that won't work, but I'm going to take this down, I think, and see what it looks like. I'm going to burn this to make it look like that with the flamethrower. My dad's Wheat Dragon little flamethrower here. So I'm going to burn that. Then I'm going to put some wood filler in here, fill those gaps, and then I'll stain it, see how it looks. Maybe I'll put some wood filler here too. See how that looks, and then I'll unjumble this thing, get this big 14-footer down, and see if I can get a section that's relatively flat and not awful, and maybe then I'll cut that to match this and then put that on the front as like the front board. This board here with all these knots, when you burn it, this should have been the front board, but I screwed up and cut it. It kind of just on autopilot. I cut all 6, and then I realized, oh shoot, I needed to leave that one. And yeah, you can see this is the other piece. So this was one whole board that would have been the front, and it would have looked really cool, like all these nice knots that look really neat when you burn it. But I messed up, so either I go back to Lowe's and I pick through 500 pieces of twisted awful lumber trying to find one more that has these cool knots that's straight, both isn't bowed or twisted, convex, concave, all that crap, or I try to use, got a couple options. I mean, I got this 10-inch piece. I don't think this would cut it. I don't think that's long enough. Maybe it is. Yeah, it should be long enough. Or this guy. So I don't know, we'll see. Right now the desk is 27.5 inches wide. I don't want to put like a 10-inch slab, that'd be too big. So I want to go either a 6.5 or a 7-inch board, and so I'm gonna have to get creative or go back to Lowe's. So that's just a little status update on this desk swap. So when I get this piece stained, well, it's stained now, when I get this piece sealed or primer, what am I talking about, polyed with the finish, then I get it home, I'll video up the frame swap. I got the frame coming here, take it home. I'll take my old desk apart, get the 84-inch straight main section off, This will be the wing or the return section on the side. And then I'll swap all my monitors, and I'll have a nice huge corner desk, moving my office for work into my extra room. So I'll have that, and then this piece, whatever I do with this, will go on my current straight standing frame from Autonomous. And then I picked up a third one there, and I'm going to take the current desktop off that, bring it here, and add 2 more wing pieces, because right now it's just straight. I'm going to add these pieces, but I'm going to burn them and do a different stain than what's currently there, and I'm going to probably sell that because I don't need a third desk. But I'll video all that stuff up and see how it goes. Rain has stopped, so let's burn this top now, and let's see what kind of cool burn patterns we can get on it. Just like that. Magic. Sometimes it warps a little bit. So you can just flip it over and burn the bottom if it warps. Right. Dunzo. We are finishing up this desk on this rainy day. So my neighbor had an extra piece of 2x6 that I cut and put on. I burned the whole thing just to test it, and then I married it up to this, and I had to sand down some high spots, so it's screwed and glued in. I'm gonna burn it, just burn it again a little bit, and then stain the whole thing again. This is not stained. This piece isn't. This was the original desk here, but I wanted it a little bit longer or wider, and I made a mistake and cut all the boards instead of leaving one. So anyway, I got one for my neighbor. Only problem now is I don't know what is the front or the back. Initially I was thinking this was the front because I like this piece here, and I would put like a 2-inch hole for a power circular flush recessed outlet there, but now I'm not so sure, like, where is the front. Should this be the front, or from this side have this whole board be the front? So I don't know. I'm going to take it over there and burn it just quickly because I cut the ends, so I got to burn that. And then I had sanded the high spots a little bit, so I got to burn this board again, and then I got to burn this end, and then here a little bit. So we'll burn it, we'll wipe it down, we'll bring it back, then we'll stain the whole thing, and then we will get ready to poly this, and then the other L piece that I have in here still need to poly that. So let's get on that. Alright, we're just staining away.
leaner punks for that fun-filled 30 minutes. A new single was released on Monday on the Angina Beats Rising Volume 15 EP, and keep an eye out for more from Lena soon. Well, that's all we've got time for on this episode of ABGT. But if you want to listen back to this or any other episode of Group Therapy, then head over to your favourite streaming service of choice and tap in above and beyond Group Therapy. I'll be back next week, where I'm going to be joined by Anjuna's Epa, Juno Mamba.
Okay, so this is the finished product, not installed but finished for the most part. We got our polyacrylic on, Minwax, so we're using polyacrylic protective clear satin. Got 2 coats on. I think that's good. Some crazy lighting effects here. Got my outlet in, recessed outlet, so I just need to cut a little circle hole saw probably up here, and then I'll plop this guy in. Just flip this guy in. So, got our hole. And we got our outlet installed. So I guess this is the back now. That's where it's going to go. It is done. All right, so we'll get this transported home and installed, and I'll update you guys on that video later on. But for now, replacement desk top is coming together nicely.